What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. So there's a lot of questions about this new update, and I kind of want to drop a tutorial on how to use it, how to make a missile, and we're gonna make an Aim-120A, how to make a functional, good performing radar missile. Now, I didn't want to make too long of a video going over every single one of these like guided options, so I wanted to like stick to one and then let the community use this information to figure out everything else on their own. So we're gonna make the Aim-120A, a very standard missile, a very competitive missile. This is how you title it. Very easy to miss. Now, the Aim-120 is an active radar homing missile. If you leave this unchecked, you'll have a Fox 1, which is a radar missile that's guided by the plane, but this is a Fox 3, so we're gonna click that. It can be radar slave. I'm pretty sure this is like locking it first, like soft locking it in TWS, and the missile will be able to lock off of that. So we're gonna put that. Data link. One-way data link transmits commands, target position, velocity from the aircraft to the missile. Two-way data link, the missile shares data with the aircraft, providing real-time target data and the missile receiving status updates like lock status, fuel level, and position of the enemy. So the earlier Aim-120 is a one-way data link, and distance is explained here. Soft lock distance, so this is your pit bull distance right here, and it's the metric system, so it's in meters. Max distance is the max distance you can lock with data link, which would be, say you want to shoot it from farther than pit bull. This is what you would set that for. Search angle is in degrees. Gimbal limit is also in degrees. This is the circle of which your missile can see, and this is the search angle of which your missile can lock, and I'll show the difference. Lead target, radar missiles usually lead their target. Older missiles like original direct missiles kind of don't. AGM is for air to ground. Remember position. Lead target leads the missile on a horizontal axis, and remember position is inertial guidance. Home on jam locks on to the jamming source. Lock on after launch is giving the missile the ability to lock on after launch. Lost time is time between a loss of tracking and loss of guidance. Like if the missile loses track, this is the amount of time it could re-find a target, and this is in seconds. CCM is countermeasures. This is a multiplier to chaff and flares. If you have an IR missile, resistance to flares. If you have a radar missile, resistance to chaff. Launch delay is how many seconds it takes for the missile to start thinking and start doing everything. Guidance time is the battery life. This is also in seconds. Advanced guidance is a bit buggy at the moment. It doesn't really like to save. Stage count, not gonna get into that right now, but this is useful for if you want like a two-stage rocket, like say you want a long-range missile with a booster on the back, you'd put the 0 first. So it climbs, the lower the number is first. So 0, then 1, then 2 for your stages. Guidance types, we have beam riding, lofting, and cruise. Cruise currently doesn't work at the moment. Direct and beam riding are very similar. Lofting is my favorite. It's the one I've been using a lot, and it basically tells the missile, okay, gain altitude, trade that altitude for velocity, and drop into my target. So we're gonna set that to lofting, and I'm gonna go back and set the settings I need to later. Max G, this is the max G forces of the missile. Roll rate is degrees a second Mach. So that equation, it kind of causes jitters, but it's a good equation. You can use that as well. I usually stick with 5 and 10 to 15 for my missiles. Target Mach, leave this at 0 if you want the missile to just naturally go its own speed. Set a target Mach if you want it to limit its speed. Also, if you set a target Mach and you mess with something I'm going to talk about later, one will negate the other. Anybody would best leave that alone if you want to mess with rocket thrust curve. Lofting altitude is in meters. Thrust climb is in degrees. You usually want a steep loft climb and a non-steep loft descent. So like for 30, I'd put like 20. Item priority, type priority. I'm pretty sure this is like the order of which your missiles fire. Like if you have them in a bay or something and you want them to fire off in a specific order. Then we're gonna add a warhead. Now this is a lot more simple than your seeker because it's just a bomb. You have fragmentation, explosive, continuous rod, and shape charge. Shape charge, you can preview it. Usually is for like AGMs, Hellfire missiles, rockets, stuff like that. Explosive, you have, you know, pretty like bombs, Aim-120A Phoenix type stuff. Fragmentation, you can also focus these and give it a cone shape. Now what focus does is, say the target is over here, it will focus the warhead towards the target. I don't believe the original Aim-120 has that, so we're gonna leave that off. We're gonna adjust all this later, but fuse distance is very important. If you forget to do this, your missile is a impact only. You're gonna automatically just put that to 10. You can also physically see your fuse distance. 360, I'm gonna make that 360 as well. So this way the missile gets within 10 meters. Also, this is also in meters, and it will explode. Also, you have to accommodate for speed. If you want to make a super fast missile and your fuse distance is say like 5, it'll explode too late, or it won't explode at all. Okay, for the fun part, for the rocket motor, you can set a base max thrust and edit the thrust curve here. This is useful for if you want a powerful launch and you want a sustainer. So the M120 has that, and I'll show that in a minute. It's better when I can do this all in unison. Then you just get into your fins. You have your basic missile here. If you don't want to do fins, you have stabilizer fins. That's useful for like SRAM and laser guided rockets and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna do this in a time lapse and then explain some more stuff. I forgot to hit unpause. So here's the breakdown. Seeker section. Warhead section. In the guidance section with the modified thrust curve. Now this thrust curve is special because it's a sustainer. It gives, you have to use add point in order to view this information. I wish this information stayed here without me having to click add point, but maybe that's hard to code. I'm not a coder, I don't know. But we wanted to use 35 kilonewtons thrust for the first 2 seconds, and then we wanted to drop down to 7.4 kilonewtons, which is its sustainer. And yeah, burn time of 11 seconds. Now we're going to continue modifying the fins to match the blueprint, and then we're going to test it. And there we have a basic Aim-120. That machine metal look. Data link max distance is 50,000 meters. Now for this tutorial, I'm going to be bringing out another classic, the Catfish. I love this thing. It's been a while since I've flown it, and how I don't know what radar I'd be able to fit in here, but we're going to find out. This stock radar actually fits perfectly. Alright, so we have the radar. Radars need electricity and batteries. I think I have one on here already, actually. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not. Probably not. We're going to put one on here anyway. Just going to leave it the way it is. doesn't look bad. It looks pretty insane armed, I'm not gonna lie. And this one's actually pretty close. Oh no. Telling me you can't see him? There we go. And Fox 3. Splash. Nice. Okay, let's see if we can get a farther target. Oh, got a lock. Fox 3 on him. Ooh, miss. Let's see. Might have to fix this jittering. Maybe less roll. Yeah, it's sailing right past. You can also see your missile's flight history. You can see where it starts to do the jittering thing that actually shows. You really see it right here. Like that jittering really shows up on the graph here. So what we're gonna do to try to fix that is reduce our roll to 1. We're gonna do that for this as well. It's gonna mirror on the other side. Now the reason why I said the roll rate equation is iffy because I used it for this and you've seen how they reacted. So we're gonna do that and we're gonna do 2. We need a little bit of roll. I was also trying to mess around with the advanced and it doesn't seem to save. Kind of sort of like leave that alone. We're gonna go back out. We're gonna try that again. Alright, let's try to track them. Fox 3. Splash. Nice. And one was forming up on my 6. All right, so this is a rear aspect shot. 31 kilometers. Fox 3. I lowered the roll rate and it still jitters. It's okay. Straightens out eventually. Oh, it's coasting. I see him. Doesn't look like he's turning though. Oh no, it doesn't need to. It's leading him, of course. It's gonna sail right past. Insane. We still got them locked. 25 kilometers, rear aspect. Fox 3. Look at that lead. Look at that loft. It's beautiful. Nice. Good hit, but I almost got myself. Good hit. It's surviving my missiles. Wants 2 to be safe. They both missed. Absolutely crazy. Well, missiles don't have 100% hit probability. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. Like, comment, subscribe. That was a simple tutorial on how to outwork missiles. I am going to work on these because, I mean, that's accurate. They're not 100%. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. They're good missiles. Like, they hit. They just didn't kill them. All right, man. Like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna get out of here, man.